So did you like the edit that I did of putting your car stuff and the shiwi in?
Yeah. and the other edit that makes me sound like a lunatic again. 2 weeks in a row. You are doing fantastic editing work there.
Woo! I'm a winner.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Shitcast with Ben and Mel. Today we probably have another agenda that we will ignore pretty extensively. Thank you for listening so far and watching on YouTube. I don't know why you would do either, but thanks. We appreciate the support.
Yeah. I think everybody watching for you, Mel, not me. Everybody sees enough of me already.
I don't think so. It's the little rosy cheeks that they watch it for.
Yeah, my little Santa Claus rosy cheeks. I've shaved my beard off. I hope people aren't Am I going to lose viewers because I don't have a beard anymore?
I don't think so.
It'll grow back in a week.
It'll grow back anyway. That was a bit of a shock actually when we were playing Blood on the Clock Tower because you'd shaved for that.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, he's all naked on
Is
the
there a new person?
Who is that? Handsome man.
No. He was there, but yes. Hey, you know what we forgot to talk about last week? God, we were so fucking off the rails last week.
We're still off the rails this week. It's changed. Silo, perhaps?
Yes, Silo. Have you watched the second episode?
No, we have not yet.
Okay, I won't talk about it then.
Well, I mean, just tell me, is it faster than the first episode, which was a huge and massive disappointment to me personally, in my opinion?
I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
you're not feeling with confidence.
But let's just talk about the first episode.
Okay.
So you watched it when we were here. I was very tired when we were watching it, even though I really wanted to watch it. I have to confess, I nodded off a couple of times.
Well, it was worth nodding off. Yep.
It just reminded me about everything that I don't like about American television, which is the shows are just so fucking slow.
So slow. Like, okay, to catch everyone up on why Silo is an issue for Ben and I, we were so excited about the first season. We really loved it. And because I was going to be in Melbourne the same week that the new episode got released for season 2, we were like, let's watch it. And then we'll talk about it on our next episode that we're going to record the next day. So we were like full excited. We watched it. We stayed up late to watch it. And then we forgot to even talk about it in the last episode. So
it was that good.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
So we both went to bed devastated at how slow it was. Yeah. So shame on us that we forgot to talk about it, but it just wasn't worth talking about, I don't think, honestly.
Yeah, it did that thing. So one thing that I always like about TV shows is when they do the show don't tell thing. But this is like show and just beating you over the head with something. It's like, we get it. We get it. Bad shit happened here. Okay? We understand. Don't spend 10 minutes on her trying to get across this stupid fucking gap. Yeah, oh my God. That's and then I hated the way the episode ended. It's just like, oh, information, episode end.
Yeah, but it was stupid information.
It's just like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Like, clearly, we knew that there was that there because I'm trying to be spoiler free here, but like it was just fucking ridiculous, and I think it deserves spoilers because it was so crap. And look, honestly, read the fucking books because you can't have spoilers on a book that already exists out in the world anyway, in my opinion, but for a TV show. But I don't know. I was so disappointed, and I haven't wanted to watch the second episode. So what I was hoping was that you'd be like, oh, Mel, the second episode pulls all this stuff together. It's awesome. You got to watch it, because that's what happens usually with us. And then you didn't give me that. You were just like,
no, can you see my face? It's just like,
Yeah, and that hasn't happened. And so now I'm like, do I even really want to bother?
How about, can I just tell you where the next episode takes place?
Is it back in the old silo?
Yes.
Oh, why am I not surprised? Oh, let's slow it back down again and leave you hanging for that one.
Yeah. And I'm not going to go into specifics about any of it, but I will just say that it's bleedingly obvious where everything with the old Silo is heading, and it's just like, I don't need you to spell this out to me. I get it. And now the thing is, I know this is going to be the rest of the season. They're going to drag this across the rest of the season. It's just going to be like, oh, do I have to?
Oh.
And this reminds me of season 1 as well. It's one of the things I dislike most about season 1, where it's just like, she's obviously going to go out. And now we're just going to spend the entire season until she gets to the point and goes out. And that's going to be the end of the season. Oh, God. Yep. Seriously.
Yep. Well, you're not winning me over, is all I'm saying. You have more chance of winning me back to Dark than to watching the rest of Silo.
Have you even watched any Dark?
Yeah, we haven't finished it anywhere near, but we got through, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes.
I would rather that you watch Severance. I think Severance.
That's Adam Scott non-comedy.
Yeah. There are definitely parts that are funny.
Yeah, but it's not a comedy.
No, it's not really a comedy. I think that for the type of show that you like, I think that's more your thing. But I'm not saying that you'll love it. I did, but yeah, you just have to understand with Severance, they have to spend the time to build the world.
That's fine, as long as the world's interesting and not like.
And you won't.
Okay, here's a question.
Okay.
Have you in any capacity watched Schitt's Creek and enjoyed it?
I've watched the whole first season of Schitt's Creek and part of season 2. Like, I think I got like halfway through season 2. And I was just like, I'm not feeling it.
No. Okay, then I'm probably going to trust you on Severance because we can't get through Schitt's Creek either.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say, what the fuck's wrong with you, Ben? Schitt's Creek is a masterwork.
That's what everyone keeps saying, and we've tried like 4 times.
Katie has been like on me. I can't remember. I think it was when because I convinced her to watch Dark, and she's like not even watched the whole first season. She likes Dark, but it's definitely a kind of mood show. It's not a just randomly sit down and watch show. You have to be in the right mindset to be able to watch it because there's so much going on in the show. But even now I've watched the whole first season of Severance and I am intrigued by that show still.
Yeah, right.
I'm still like, I want to know more.
Okay.
And I don't feel like it did a Silo, which is what I'm going to call slow shows now.
It's a very good summation for that. Yeah.
I don't think it did a Silo. It actually did get somewhere, and it did do things which were just like, this is interesting. I want to watch this.
I do wonder. I like the intrigue of what Silo could have been, and I'm sort of like, I don't know, 25% interested in reading the books to see whether the books were better, like good enough that they made a TV show out of it, but did they mess it up with the implementation of said show? You know, so is the book going to be, wow, this is nowhere near slow and all that kind of stuff? Like, are they saving stuff up for, you know, kind of what I mean? So I'm 25% interested in reading the books, but not enough to actually jump into it yet.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Here we go on a tangent.
Agenda? What's that?
Did you ever read the Divergent series or Maze Runner or what's that other one that they did the movies for?
The tribute thing.
Yeah, that one.
Mocking thing. I can't remember the name of it.
No, we cannot continue with this podcast. Thank you, Hunger Games. I was going to say, we can't continue with this podcast until you tell me what this is. So did you read Hunger Games?
No, I didn't read any of them.
Okay.
But I have watched most of the movies for all of them.
Okay. Controversial opinion.
Don't add us in the comments.
No, go for it. We need the comments. Controversial opinion. I read all of those because my niece was reading them.
Yep.
And I thought it'd be fun to just have like something to talk about with her.
Yeah. Yep.
The best out of all of them is, what did you call it?
The Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Sorry. See, that's how much I liked it.
Yeah.
The best out of all of them is the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
The second best is Maze Runner.
Yeah.
Worst is Divergent.
Yeah. I'd say accurate for the movies as well.
The Divergent series started off bad and got worse each book.
Oh.
And I was, after the third, actually at the end of the second book, I was like, they should end this here, knowing that there was already a third book. Because it was like, there is nothing else. There's no lead into another book. That's just like, yeah, they totally screwed the pooch right in that book. Maze Runner makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. It's just like, this whole world is just like, what the fuck is going on the whole time?
It's same as the Hunger Games.
Like, yeah, exactly.
What happened? Like,
there is something about that they hint occasionally in the Hunger Games, at least in the first, I think it's the first two books, where they hint that there might be more going on outside the areas that people are living in, but they never explore it. Ever. Well, not once.
More opportunities, maybe.
Oh, God, I hope not. Fucking hell, I hope not.
No, I didn't. I've watched most of the Hunger Game movies. I haven't watched the last one, I think.
Okay.
That was
Mockingjay, isn't it?
Yeah, part 2. We've just never gone back to it.
Yep.
The Maze Runner, I've watched, I think, two movies relating to that. They were okay. They weren't anything like... we were watching them at my father-in-law's house. He sort of had them, so he put them on kind of thing, because they weren't uber violent, which is his preference.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows I don't like uber violent, gory shit, which is the stuff he prefers. So he puts on the light entertainment for me, which I'm grateful for. And then Divergent, I think we only watched the first movie, and I was like,
Wait, how many of them are there? I know there's... Actually, sorry, if I remember correctly, I heard somewhere that the author even went and did a fourth book, and I was just like, no fucking way.
That was of the Hunger Games, yeah?
No, of Divergent.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not au fait with... There was too many dystopian things around all the time, and there's still too many dystopian things now. Like, you know, life is pretty hard as it is. Can we stop with the horror and the dystopia and negativity of it all? Can we have some like just easy watching?
Yeah, why is it that the teenage books, or sorry, young adult books, are always the popular ones? Are always these fucking post-apocalyptic dystopian series. It's just like, man, kids need to cheer up.
I know why. It's because teenage angst is horrific, and maybe they can relate to these people that are like heroic and getting through their anxiety issues and all that kind of crap. But you know what? Just cheer up. Like, go read some positive books rather than...
That's what I tell people who are depressed.
Yeah, just go cheer up. That's what Drew said to me today, actually.
You know, I'm joking when I say that right now.
Yeah, so was he. Because I made some comment about, I don't want you to worry about some particular thing. And he was like, well, I just want you not to be depressed. So just be happy. And I was like, wow.
Well, that solved it.
That's what he did. He was like, so are we all solved the problem now? Like, so how this works.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Funny conversation.
So there was what's that vampire series?
The Vampire Diaries?
No, not that one. The one they did the movies for. With Edward Cullen and what is it?
Twilight.
Twilight, yeah, okay.
Bad Math Twilight.
No, I'm not. I love those books, actually. Really like them. Okay.
That's unpopular opinion again, Ben. They're going to come at us in the comments.
What, that the books were good?
No, that just everyone hates Twilight.
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know why. Twilight. So, okay, I think I've discussed this with you before. What's that one about the S&M? There was like a series about a couple...
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey apparently started off as a Twilight fanfic, and the author sent a cease and desist, so they made 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. And look how famous that got.
Yeah, and that's fucked up, that show.
I never watched the movies.
I never did either, but I'll tell you what I did watch. And you know what? I will find it on the internet and insert it here because it is so classic. You know Lisa Wilkinson, right?
Yeah.
The Australian journalist.
Yeah.
She used to be on the Today Show. And one morning, the show had sent her to watch the first movie in that 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my God, her review was scathing. Oh my God. She was brutal when she said, "Oh my God, this is the worst movie I've ever seen."
So all morning we have been promising you at home a very, very special film review. A la David and Margaret, we've got Dickie and Lisa now who have taken over from that wonderful SBS show that's now no longer with us.
Sadly.
However, it's now over to Lisa for her review of 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, Carl, because I've got something I want to get off my chest. Now, my husband had a big smile on his face last night.
I think.
Over there, you want to close up? Okay. Up the drive. So, Pete had a big smile on his face last night when he discovered that I was heading off to see 50 Shades of Grey.
Why did he have a smile at that?
Shush.
Okay.
This was the book series, after all, that left women all over the world wanting more, if you know what I mean. Sure, I was the only woman I know who hadn't read the books, but hey, 100 million copies sold must make a good movie, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. 50 Shades of Grey is quite simply the worst movie I've ever seen.
Whoa.
With a script that makes Mills and Boone read like bleeding Dickens, and lines like, "I don't do romance." Jamie Dornan as Christian Grey is the 30-something jerk of a billionaire who never seems to work. An emotionally crippled narcissist no one could love. Meanwhile, Dakota Johnson is the one-dimensional lip-biting, could someone get that girl a chapstick? Pathetic Anastasia Steele, who for no discernible reason falls in love with the aforementioned jerk and single-handedly sells women across the world short. Yes, 50 Shades of Grey is more appalling than appealing. It's domestic violence dressed up as erotica. And if there's one thing this movie is not, it's erotic.
Say it, sister.
So did you like it?
1 star out of 5, Dickie, and that's only because of the excellent chop top I console myself with later.
Gee.
And I know you're wondering as to Pete. No, he didn't get lucky last night because after 2 hours of complete drivel, I need more than a chop top to pop my corn.
I mean, it wasn't a great book either, really. Let's be honest. But did you read the review? That
I never read
someone wrote
50
about?
Shades of Grey, by the way.
You never read it?
No. I just know of it.
Oh, I read all 3 of them multiple times.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you like them?
No, they're horrific.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? Like, to just, to preface that or to post-face that, I don't know what the word is. They're very easy to read. They're terribly written, and the punctuation and grammar is not great in a lot of spots because it's, not great. But they're just easy reading.
Okay.
It's low stakes.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's not much to it. The sex scenes are pretty black. Like, I skipped a lot of stuff, but they're just easy reading. But now, thankfully, cozy fantasy books are coming out now. So they're probably more the things that I would read. But that was, it was just it was an easy read kind of thing. So
yeah, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. In fact, I will say, just because I don't like something, internet doesn't mean that it's not good. Different people like different things. Some people are in S&M. I'm not.
Well,
well, at least I'm not going to tell you I am. Jesus, this is the internet.
Well, you tell them everything else.
That's true, I do. So I read the books because my sister-in-law was reading them. And I also went to watch all of the movies with her because my brother wouldn't go.
Right.
Which actually I've done loads of, like, I've gone to Bon Jovi, so many Bon Jovi concerts with her because my brother refuses to, which I actually don't mind because I like Bon Jovi.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. But anyway, you've seen the Twilight movies?
Yes.
Okay.
More times than I like.
Do you remember that the last movie the ending was very different to the book?
Yep.
I remember when that started happening, I was, wait a second. I don't remember this happening. And I turned to my sister-in-law and she was crying.
Oh, that's so cute. I feel bad for her.
I did too. I felt terrible, but it's just funny that she was so bought in and she was so upset.
Yeah.
So upset about what was happening.
It was a good change, though. I thought it really made the endings like.
They needed it. They needed some big thing, and in the book there isn't some big thing. It's just not there.
No,
it's like a massive build up, and then sort of nothing happens. So yeah.
It was quite good. I really liked the way that they did that.
But when they were showing all of those major characters getting killed, she was oh my god, she was a wreck. She was like, no. Even I was like, oh shit, okay.
Well, that's a sudden end. Drew likes to use the example that when Twilight came out in the cinemas, to show how much he loves me and how much I've asked of him in this lifetime, I forced him to see that with me 7 times in the cinemas.
God, Mel, 7 times, fucking hell. Jesus.
And I have watched it a buttload more since.
That's okay. It seems excessive, but sure.
Yes, I appreciate Drew a lot.
So while we're on that topic, do you want to tell me what it is about it that made you want to watch it so many fucking times? Was it the sexy vampires? Was it?
No, no, I don't really know. I just
There's a song in the third movie that I really like. Actually, I think it's in the second last movie when they're getting married. I love that song so much.
The first album, the first soundtrack is just perfection. The songs on that are just fantastic. And I remember we went and saw Muse after Supermassive Black Hole had come out. I can't remember if it was before or after Twilight anyway, but we went to see Muse in Melbourne.
Yep.
And when Supermassive Black Hole came on, the whole stadium was just, I thought it was going to collapse, honestly, under the weight of everyone like jumping and stamping and stuff. It was just, I don't know, there was something about it because that's on the soundtrack for Twilight.
I was going to say, I don't know that, but that sounds cool.
It was awesome. Anyway.
But the song that I'm talking about from, it's either the second or the third movie, or maybe, there were 4, weren't there? Or were there 3? I can't fucking remember. It's either the second last or the last one was 1,000 Years. I actually really love that song so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to watch Twilight when I get off this recording with you.
I'm glad.
Drew's gonna come home and be like, "What the hell?"
I'm glad that we've been able to share that moment. You know,
I love it.
I like it as well. I don't know if I could sit through watching it again. That's it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I've done it. You know? I don't think there's anything more for me in that. So that's exactly what I mean. Yeah, I'm not going to get anything more out of it.
Yeah.
If there was some vampire sex, then I'd probably watch that a bit more.
It's too femme.
Man on man sex, I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah. I was with you. It's all right.
Yeah, you get me.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna refer to the agenda here.
Oh my god, what? Please don't make any edit that's weird. You're talking about vampire man on man sex, and then you cut to me talking about, it was great.
I loved it so much.
It was fantastic.
No, I was actually going to talk about some shows that I've been watching on Netflix, but not really about the shows themselves. It's more about how Netflix decides what shows make it and what shows don't.
Oh, they put them all in a hat and they pull them out randomly.
I swear that's what they do. Because it's just like, some of the shit they keep going is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you an example. There's a show called Home Sweet Home, which is sort of a fucking post-apocalyptic sort of show. But they built, I remember when I was watching the trailers, it seemed like a sort of zombie show, but it's actually a monster show.
Okay.
Yeah, so people turn into these creatures and all that shit. But anyway, it got 3 fucking seasons. This show is the most nonsensical thing I think I've ever watched. Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
Worse than The Walking Dead?
Oh, I can't watch Walking Dead. I'm afraid of zombies.
Oh, okay. You're not missing much.
there's this Korean historical Korean show about zombies that I can't remember the name of. I watched like the first episode, and as soon as the zombies arrived, I was like, no. And it happens right at the end of the first episode. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
I'm out. Done.
No,
Okay.
No.
Yep.
No way. Anyway, so this fucking show got 3 seasons. There's another one called Hellbound.
Yeah.
Both. I'm. By the way, internet. I'm a massive Korean show fan. But it's not like me to watch. Home Sweet Home was an anomaly for me. I watched it because I was in a lull of other shows.
Right.
But Hellbound, I found interesting. But the second season is out now, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't know. This didn't need a second season. It's just oh fuck, we're really gonna go deep now. The Squid Game.
I never watched it.
I always tell people when they tell me, oh, this Squid Game show, it's so incredible. I'm like, you've clearly never watched Alice in Borderlands because that is a good show. This other show is like little kiddies playing with their toy. Alice in Borderland is like, now let's have the adult version.
Oh.
Yeah,
Alice in
Borderlands. Alice in Borderlands is an example of a show that does the sort of thing where you don't really know what's going on, but then it is a bizarre show, and it's more about puzzle solving, the show.
Right.
I really want to talk about what happened right at the end of Alice in Borderland season 3, but you might watch it someday.
Maybe one day.
But yeah, anyway, I always tell my brother who loves, because Squid Game season 2 is coming. I don't know if you know this. Okay. I didn't hate the first season of Squid Game, but I'm also like, this just feels so basic and
That's
simple.
the one where they run around and kill each other, right? They do like things and people die and.
Well, not so they're put into a series of it's a bunch of people who are hard up, and they're collected and they're put through a series of games, and there's like all these points where. Yeah, and so sometimes they're competing against each other, sometimes they're competing together. But yeah, and over the course of the show, people get eliminated eliminated as in killed.
Yeah.
And it's all for the entertainment of these super wealthy elite people who are running the whole thing. So the whole
like the Hunger Games 2.0.
Yeah, and it's just like, but. But why? Anyway. Why? What's the point?
I don't know. I'm not the demographic for that.
But
I'm the comedy, Ted Lasso kind of How I Met Your Mother demographic.
God, How I Met Your Mother is funny. Have you tried watching How I Met Your Father?
No.
I watched like one episode and I was just like, I can't. This is just not funny at all.
I'm frustrated with the amount of crap that Hollywood is just like, I say Hollywood, but like they're all just spewing the same stuff now. Like there's no original sort of ideas, and they're just rehashing the same thing that's been rehashed a million times. And I just think, I really liked How I Met Your Mother for what it was.
Well, you guys actually were the ones that got me to finally watch How I Met Your Mother. God, it's so good.
I didn't want to watch a second iteration of that from the.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I already got this.
Yeah.
I don't need it again.
No. So
it's like Parks and Rec. You guys got me onto that as well. Fucking hell, that's a funny show.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. we only got onto Parks and Rec because we were watching The Office, because someone got us onto, I can't remember who it was, got us onto the US version of The Office, not the UK one.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated The Office because it was, I hated the main character, Michael Scott. Michael Scott?
That's
I hated
the American one,
character he was playing. He annoyed the shit out of me. He wasn't funny. I thought he was cringy more than anything else. He was really misogynistic and sexist and just a dumbass. And he really irritated me. So someone else said to us, well, if you're not enjoying The Office, go check out Parks and Rec, because it's similar. It's in a similar vein as in the, the fourth wall breaking and all the other stuff, but it's not as cringy. And I was like, oh God, I don't know about this. And then it's one of those shows that we basically have on repeat in the house, Parks and Rec, because it's just brilliant.
That was my first exposure to Adam Scott, actually. I might have seen him in like the odd movie, but he was never really in a major role.
Yeah.
And it was so funny to see Rob Lowe in that.
Yeah.
God, he's good in that, isn't he?
Really good, yeah. But Adam Scott was basically what kept me going back to Parks and Rec. A lot of it was because his fourth wall of like the faces he makes just when he's so shocked by people, just it kills me. I love it. I still laugh now. Like
I really like the relationship between him and Leslie, where it's just like they're both as hopeless as each other.
I love it. It's a great show.
It is a great show.
But,
oh yeah, so sorry. I was talking about my the fact that I'm annoyed by that, and then there was a show that I really liked by the creators of Dark.
Yeah.
1899 that didn't get renewed for a second season. I was so annoyed because I really liked 1899. I admit it was slow, but I think that people forget the first season of Dark is slow as well. The first season of Dark is only good once you have the perspective of watching the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Because when you watch into the second season, especially in the second season, you're just like, oh, okay, they really thought this shit out.
Yeah.
So,
but if people don't get grabbed, I guess they just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it.
I do not pretend to even understand, because if I understood, then I would know that Firefly would have 12 seasons of fucking brilliant TV shows, and that's not the case.
I've never watched Firefly.
How do I not know this about you?
I've never watched it. I think I saw the movie that they did. Yeah, I watched the movie.
That would make no sense to you if you saw that.
I just assumed that there was some background shit going on. I was like, okay, all right. I thought the movie was okay, but also like, meh.
No, the movie is okay if you haven't watched Firefly.
Oh, all right.
I think it's like the World of Warcraft thing, like they created a movie
that was good for the fans. Yeah,
that's right. It's fan service.
Mm.
World of Warcraft, I loved that movie. I thought it was a fantastic movie, but I'm a fan of the game, and therefore,
Remember how hardcore we used to be into World of Warcraft? Oh man, fucking hell!
I still want to be.
It's just not the same game anymore, Mel.
Blizzard, you fucked it up, man.
They did.
It's
a job now.
It's too complicated.
Yeah.
I want to log in.
There's
every
too
day.
Many stats.
Yeah. Too many currencies. You log in and your bag is full of like 55 different currencies that you got to use for different gear. And
it's way worse now, Mel. It is way worse than you remember. Yes, there are lots of different currencies, but now they're not even rep vendors, but I still call them rep vendors. At the rep vendors for each faction, they'll be like, oh, you need to like get these rare drops, like all these different rare drops from these different creatures around in the zone. It's just like, no, I don't want to do that. Fuck you.
This is too complicated. How am I meant to track all this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the game I wanted. You know what I want? I want it to go back. And I don't want to play, the thing is, I don't want to play Classic. I don't want to play BC because there are quality of life improvements that have been made that I think are really good. But I just want to go back to, I run a dungeon, I get a piece of gear, and I go, oh, yay, it's an upgrade. End of story. That's it. That's what I want. I don't want to have to then go to a vendor, get some currency thing that I need to put on to make it better, to then build up more of. No, just give me the piece of gear. Let me put an enchant on it, maybe, if you want to get funky. And then let me put it on, and then that's it. That's the limit. Leave the pet battles. I'll go do that. I'll have time to do that.
Yep.
Leave the mount collection because I'll have time to go and do that again. But you've made it such a complicated game that, and I get it from a marketing point of view, you want people to stay in the game and to do all these things, but I'm too old to give a shit about that kind of stuff now. I just wanted a game that I really enjoyed playing, and I love the world and the lore. I've read most of the Warcraft books. I really loved it, but I just don't even want to log in now.
Yeah.
I bought the collector's edition for this latest.
I'm still subbed.
I love it. Yeah, I'm still subbed too.
I should probably cancel
paying them
that.
all their money. Fucking hell.
I haven't logged in for about 3 months.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I was just thinking about that midnight mount that you guys told me how to get,
Yeah.
and that last part where it's got that fucking random maze.
Yeah.
I remember when you told me about that, I was like, no, this is fucking impossible. But I did eventually figure it out. I was
not
just
that
like,
bad.
man, if I didn't have this information that Mel and Drew gave to me, there's no fucking way I'd be able to do this.
No. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, they're making the game for some demographic that's still playing. I don't know. It's just too complicated for me. But then, speaking of complicated games, and it's not really complicated, I know this. I finally put the PlayStation together. Drew did, I should say, not me.
Okay.
And I was playing Beat Saber.
Yep.
Have you played it recently? You haven't played it recently, right?
On my PS5, no.
They've added in these ribbons to some of the beats.
Oh, where you have to like follow it with your arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I cannot tell you. I'm sure I can turn it off, but it is fucking with my head. I seem to like lose the ability to function when I see one, and I have no idea what's coming up next because I'm like, there's a thing, and I don't know. It's too complicated for me now. I'm gonna have to turn them off. It's Beat Saber, for fuck's sake. It confuses me.
Maybe you should start on very easy, Mel. Start with the baby modes.
Well, I did, yeah. I went back to I think I'm playing hard mode at the moment, just hard levels.
Back to hard mode. Hard is where I live. But you go to friggin' expert, and I'm just like, no, I can't do this.
No, you and I were doing expert levels.
No, you were doing expert. I was just like, yeah, go, Mel. You're good.
But I went. I'm having a slight problem in that I'm not used to the motion sickness anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, I was playing it like every day. I got used to the movement of the screen and stuff. And I played it just before we started recording. And I was playing a song and the whole screen switched. And I was like, whoa. I had to turn it off. So I've got to get back used to the screen movement.
I normally don't get motion sickness, but there are a couple of games that I've played, like even the Astrobot on PlayStation 4, the VR one.
Yeah.
There's one part in that where it opens in a level and the camera moves while you're not moving, and I'm just like, whoa, God, that's not good.
That was the game that knocked Drew out for 3 hours, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Astrobot.
I forgot about that, Jesus.
He talked about that a lot, like when VR comes up, because he was green, like full. His face went green. Did not look good.
Yeah. People who get motion sickness, I find that fascinating.
Yeah, it's awful. But anyway, I'm happy to have Beat Saber back, and I'm so excited. And I've missed that game. If anyone hasn't played Beat Saber, I tell you what, you need to get on it. It's so much fun. If you love music and you love beating shit, it's great.
I like beating shit.
It's really good.
I still think that that song from the original, like the one, what is it?
KDA Pop one?
Yes, yeah, that one.
Pop Stars.
Pop Stars is one of the best songs on there. It's just got such a good beat and, you know, really good rhythms and everything. Yeah, I love it so much.
Yep.
Hey, did you ever you've seen Gladiator, right? The original Gladiator. Oh my God, Mel, please don't tell me you've never seen the original Gladiator.
Look, maybe. That's one with Russell Crowe, right? And the Gladiators.
Yeah. It was good. The music was brilliant, really beautiful. All right. Well, anyway, they did a part 2 apparently just recently.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my brother's review for it. My brother called me, I think it was last Friday about 4:30. I'm still working, obviously, and he just wants to have a full-on conversation with me. I'm just like, okay, all right, go. And he said, I knew that the previous Thursday he'd gone with my nephews to see Gladiator 2, and I expected him to say, oh, brilliant movie. No. He says, worst movie I've ever seen. He hasn't seen that many movies. He says, it's so dumb. I don't understand what the point of it was. Why did they even make it? And I'm like, wow, okay. You really didn't like this movie.
I clearly never saw 13 Monkeys.
I I have seen 13 Monkeys, and yeah, I sort of agree with you there. That's sort of like, okay. But I like time travel stuff.
Yeah, no. I was going to use Knives Out, but then I remembered how much you liked it, so I wasn't going to use that as an example.
I like Knives Out. I like the murder mystery.
Yeah.
You
didn't like it, so you're going to go see it?
No. Well, I'm not allowed to go see movies at the cinema anyway because Louis let me buy the home theater, and he's like, okay, we're never going to the cinema again.
That's not how that works. No.
Yeah, he's just we'll just watch everything at home now.
No.
We watched Kung Fu Panda 4 on Netflix just the other night, and he fucking loved that to death.
No. If you can't go to the cinemas, then you need to get a TV. There's at least 3 times the size of the TV that you have to even come close to a cinema screen. Not even.
The one I've got was kind of expensive, so I don't think I'm going to be changing it very soon.
No, but the point still stands. It's not a cinema.
Yeah,
it's a very small screen.
I would like a bigger screen, but yeah, it's that old problem, money. YouTube viewers, subscribe and shit. I'm never going to get this TV if you don't fucking subscribe and shit.
So the YouTube goal is to get Ben a cinema level TV.
Once they let me I'll set a goal. 'Cause I know you can do that on Twitch. On Twitch you can say this is the goal.
Yeah, donations.
Get my new TV is going to be my goal.
You see the TV that Linus put in his home theater room. It was a few episodes ago. He got this brand new big TV in there. It's like 20,000 Canadian dollars.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, it's
20,000.
Have you seen the one that he did after that, where he's talking about the Avatar movie?
Yeah,
it's just like
the one where he put the projector screen on
over
top
the TV,
of the
and there's like bolts on the end on the back of it, and he's like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, I was horrified. Absolutely horrified. Yeah. Don't ever do that again on camera, Linus.
I just want to say, I do stupid things with tech. He takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. Anyway.
We should probably stop there. I'm already at like 44 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We didn't get through much, did we? As usual. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so annoying. We still
didn't
so
get
many.
to any of the food stuff or the chart. You're farting.
Oh, fucking hell. And the Coke can sizes.
But don't forget, at the start of the recording, you went off and told off bun and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. Let's keep going. Well, which one did you want to talk about?
Do you want to talk about Coke on sizes? Stupid things about people What? Stupid things about people on social media.
Yeah. I can't even remember why I wrote that, but I can definitely go into it. So,
I'm sure there was a reason.
The thing that gets me about social media, not so much on Blue Sky at the moment, but it will definitely happen again because they all end up like it. It's either engagement farming, which I fucking hate, because it's like, so people, and engagement farming, dear internet, if you don't know what it is, people will say something controversial to get people to engage with them. Yeah. And I'm just like, no, fuck you. You're a dickhead. I don't care about you. Then there's people who post shit that it's like, do you not have anyone in your life you can talk to about this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they post personal shit.
Yeah. Do your outro, baby.
Oh, that's right. We decided I was doing the outro. What did I say last time? Oh, I remember. No. Thanks for watching the Shitcast. I say other stuff here, right? Oh, dude. I'm gonna get this. I can do this. I can do this. Thanks for joining us and watching the Shitcast. No, I forgot what I was saying already. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and all that bullshit. We really, really appreciate it because it makes Mel happy when we get positive reinforcement.
Correct.
It's not only Mel, it's also me. Thank you.
Thanks.